And welcome back to WomenMoneyAndPower.com. I'm Cathy DeWitt Dunn. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, I have some very special guests today. I have two fabulous ladies in my studio, fantastic attorneys here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And today I'd like to introduce to you Elaine Hall. Elaine began her law career in Dallas in 1976. She blends a longtime business law practice with a family law practice, finding that particular skills she's acquired in each of these different legal areas have enhanced her skills in others. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cathy. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. And also today, we have the Andrea Stoller. In 1992, Andrea earned her law degree graduating cum laude from SMU. She received basic mediator training in 1995, family mediation training in 1996, and her training in the collaborative law process in 2005. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Cathy.
Wow, I've got a couple of fantastic women here today that are really going to help all the women in the Dallas-Fort Worth area when it comes to this new law area of collaborative law. Eileen, what is that all about?
Collaborative law was developed about 10 years ago to try to bring some level of civility to the divorce process. People who in divorce are in a relationship. Very often they have children, and they need to continue that relationship after the divorce, even if it's in a different format. And collaborative law was designed to facilitate that and take some of the animosity, some of the conflict out of the divorce process.
You know, and a lot of women that are going through a divorce, they always think, oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened to me. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be ugly. It doesn't have to be, does it, Andrea?
No, in fact, the collaborative law strives to help people maintain dignity. We focus on respect for each other. We try to make it a safe environment for the parties to explore and negotiate and find resolutions that will work for the family without the litigation and the adversarial process that is involved in litigation.
You know, don't you find that if people could really get on the same page now, they've decided that their marriage is over, how much money can they save by not going down the other path?
Some people save tons of money by going collaboratively rather than through the litigation process. It can be extraordinarily cost beneficial to parties.
You know, Andrea, what is the process in collaborative law?
Well, collaborative law starts out, first of all, talking to a client that comes to you to see if that will be a good fit for them. If there are property issues and or if there are children, the collaborative law lets the parties keep control of the situation, and it puts them in that safe environment. The first step, though, would be to find a collaborative lawyer, so that is someone who has been trained in the process, because it's quite different from litigation. Then, if they come to you, you give them a brochure, you give them some information, and you talk to them about the process and what it entails and the safety of it, and then you encourage them to talk to their spouse to see if they would embrace that process also. And if they would, then for them to research and find a collaborative attorney to represent their spouse.
Sometimes you also need a financial neutral that's also involved that helps you, Eileen, during that process. Have you seen that before?
In the formal collaborative process, we call it the team approach, and we get lawyers, financial advisors, mental health providers, all involved in resolving the issues that people confront when they're going through a divorce process.
And I would like to point out, too, that another benefit is when we have as part of our team a financial neutral professional, they work with the team rather than each party having to go and retain their own expert who's going to paint and find things that will benefit just that party. So it's cost effective in that they basically share, if you will, a neutral financial professional. It also allows the parties to keep a lot of control in the process as opposed to going to a court and having a judge having to make a ruling of who's going to get what.
In a collaborative law case, how long does it take typically for a dissolution of marriage? Is it quicker or does it take longer than if you were like in a nasty divorce?
People who are involved in a divorce are thrown into a system that they can't usually control the momentum of. And a collaborative process divorce can be done very quickly. I've had them resolved in less than 3 months, or it can take an extensive period of time because the parties actually control the process. Nobody else has any real impact on how it works. If you are in a collaborative process, you can go as slow or as fast as you want to, subject to the one requirement in Texas that the divorce cannot be concluded any sooner than 60 days after it's initiated formally at the courthouse.
If you'd like to get a copy of a collaborative law brochure today, give me a call. We'll send that out to you by email. We'll also send it out to you by regular mail. Call me today, 972-473-4700. This is Cathy DeWitt Dunn. We'll be right back.